To White Hart Lane then, first Premier League home game for Jose Mourinho. They are entertaining the Cherries, Bournemouth. Mourinho rang some changes. Vertonghen was back in for the injured Davis. Sissoko in for Mora. And Ndombele for Winks. Winks was on the bench, as was Mora. Bournemouth, well, Francis was suspended and Lerner was back. And Solanke was up front with Callum Wilson for the injured King. 4 minutes then, and Juma had a chance which forced Casanega to push away for a corner. And another chance on 8 minutes for Bournemouth. Solanke this time, his cross went for Wilson, but the header was went over. First real attempt for Spurs on 18 minutes, and Kane was puts Son through on the left, and from a tight angle, his effort went just wide of Ramsdale's left-hand post. A couple of minutes later, an alley opened the scoring. It was a neat move. Son set it up after a tremendous through ball over the top by Alderweireld, and Dele finished it with aplomb, and it was 1-0 to Spurs. 24 minutes then, Ramsdale denied a close effort from Kane, who was set up again by the impressive Son. And then a minute later, a corner not dealt with very well by the Bournemouth defence, and it clattered to Sanchez, who rifled it into the net, but VAR deemed that he had handled it as he controlled the ball, so it was not given. Then on 31 minutes, Solanke and Aurelio fell in a heap, but no foul was given. Then Stacey had an effort, left foot shot, just went a foot wide of the post. 39 minutes, Sissoko on the charge into the box. He was having a great game, and he put Son in, but his cross hit Cook's hand as Cook slid to the ground, but again nothing given. So we got to the half-time whistle with Spurs a goal up. So to the second half then, and an early cross from the right by Sissoko, but Cook's challenge denied Kane the opportunity. And a few minutes later, Alderweireld with another great pass from 30 yards, and Dele managed to get between two defenders, and he clipped it over the keeper delightfully to double the lead. So Spurs up 2-0. 51 minutes though, a Cook half volley after a free kick cross, and it was sent just wide after a deflection. 55 minutes then, Ali had an opportunity after a great pass from Aurelio, but his hat-trick was denied. And 69 minutes, a great run again by Spurs, and down the left. Son's cross was a pinpoint one, and Sissoko in the middle made a spectacular effort, hitting it on the volley into the net, and Spurs were now 3 up, and Mourinho even managed to run down the touchline in joy. But it was short-lived, because 3 minutes later, Harry Wilson had come on as a sub. He managed to chip the ball over a wall from the free kick to peg it back to 3-1. But 76 minutes, Son on the break, and he got a good opportunity, but a foot from Cook got in the way, and it went for a corner. A couple of minutes later, a Dele shot for his hat-trick was denied by Ramsdale. But Spurs were getting edgy a bit like they were last week against West Ham, and on 86 minutes Gosling was in the box and had a shot blocked. And then after 6 minutes added time went up on the board, in the final minute of it, they got caught again sleeping, Spurs, and Harry Wilson converted for his second. So once again, alarm bells in the last minute for Spurs. But they managed to hang on. And so it was Mourinho's third win on the bounce. Final score at White Hart Lane then, Spurs 3, Bournemouth 2. So to Anfield then, Liverpool, the league leaders, at home to Brighton. And 30 games unbeaten. They were going to try and equal the club record. Brighton only one away win all season, so it looked ominous. And Urbino was out, of course. Oxlade-Chamberlain in from the start, and Mopé was on the bench for Brighton, which was a bit of a surprise. Early action, and Ryan's right hand managed to stop a Firmino effort that was just inside the box. And then on 18 minutes, a free kick, a looping cross from Arnold in typical fashion, and Van Dijk rose high and headed home for 1-0. It was a great cross, I might add. Ryan then denied Firmino a second time, and he also managed to get a block on a Mane effort. At this stage it was virtually all Liverpool. Then 26 minutes, Van Dijk got his second. This was from an Arnold corner. Once again, a very vicious cross from the left-hand side, and a really strong, powerful header by the Dutchman that hit the back of the net before Ryan could blink. 2 up then. After that, Dunk though missed a golden chance just before the break, but it was 2-0 at the break. In the second half, well, Brighton started to dominate proceedings. Dunk had another effort, and they were looking dangerous at times. They had more possession, and Liverpool were looking a bit lacklustre. 76 minutes, the ball was hoofed up front, upfield. Alisson ran out of his goal, and he completely misjudged it. Couldn't get to the ball, and he managed to collide with the on-rushing Brighton attacker. No choice of the referee but a red card. Adrian came on, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was sacrificed, and in the confusion trying to set up a wall, the referee must have given a nod to Dunk, who prodded the ball into the left-hand corner with Adrian looking on, and it was 2-1. After that, the last 15 minutes, resilient Liverpool, but Adrian had to make a number of saves. He made a good save from a Moy shot, and also from a gross header. And Brighton accounted themselves very, very well. Anyway, however, all that effort meant nothing, because at the final whistle, Liverpool had got that record. They'd held on to win by 2-1. To Stamford Bridge then, Chelsea at home to West Ham. West Ham no win in 7. They definitely needed a result. They dropped Roberto in favour of Martin. Martin, the son of legendary Hammers player Alvin Martin. Chelsea were unchanged really, although Giroud was in for Abraham. 8 minutes, early chance which fell to Mount, but his shot was disappointing. And a little later, Zuma headed wide from a corner. Great opportunity really inside the 6-yard box. And then a shot from Kovacic, and a follow-up from Giroud was blocked by the keeper Martin. So we got to the break goalless. Second half, and a few minutes in, a really delightful move by West Ham. Moved the ball out onto the left, and Cresswell managed to cut inside, and his right foot shot beat Kepa at his near post, and that was 1-0 for West Ham. They should have gone 2 up a few minutes later when Antonio missed a sitter from 2 yards, and then he managed to force the ball over the line with another opportunity, but he had touched his hand and so was denied by VAR. Pulicic's shot went wide from just inside the box, but Chelsea were really lacking up front, and West Ham held on for a really important win. Final score at Stamford Bridge was Chelsea 0, West Ham 1.